G'day guys, my name's Josh, you can call me WOODLE, and welcome back to 7 days, where we're back in WOODLE Park to do some building, do some testing, because I think I've stumbled upon a brand new horde base that's really going to take advantage of the zombies, really make the horde child's play. I'm actually pretty hopeful about this one. I think this is going to be maybe like the easiest base I've built in a very long time, something really hands-off and basically completely AFK, because it's something that I noticed the zombies do in the infection series that I'm currently rolling. I noticed something, a way that the zombies interact with a particular block that I think is exceptionally exploitable. So, if there's an exploit to be had, let's just grate some cheese all over that, like it's a big old steaming bowl of pasta, and take advantage of it in a way that only we know how. I'm going to see if I can find, this might be here actually. Yeah, here we go. This is the block. This is the magical block that I think is going to be the key to unlocking everything we want to do, because something about that little hook in that railing just doesn't occur to the zombies at all. I'll see if I can give you a cheeky bit of a demonstration. Let's get ourselves a ScoMo. Get your attention, get your wandering. Come over here, please, big chief. Nope, yep, put one foot in front of the other. There you go, and bonk! Just like that. Just like that. Doesn't try and jump it, doesn't see it as any sort of obstruction to himself. He's just like, it's fine. I can cruise straight through there, and that little push, that little like quarter block push out to the side, that's where the magic is. That's the little bit of sprinkle of fuck yeah that we can take advantage of. That's what I want to use. Before I leave this area, I just want to go like this, go copy rotation. I want to see if I can copy the shape. Are you going to let me do it or? No, that one there, please. You? No, okay, interesting. Well, what are you going to be called then? Probably something to do with a road. Here we go. Road railing and right, road railing and left. All right, we've got both sides of it. Don't know why it looks so different on there, but all right, fair enough then. That, I think, is what I'm after. That looks bloody the same to me. All right, lovely. We can double stack them just like that, which I might actually use. Sick as anything. You go in there. That is now my stash of the magic blocks. Let's go back to the park. Let's start building something. Build ourselves a contraption to try and see if we can edge some zombies just off the side. Like it's the old school days of playing worms and I'm using a prod. I don't think I want to build anything too fancy out here. I've got complex builds. I've got simple builds. Got everything in between. But for this, I think I want to build something just nice and easy and reliable so I can tinker with those special blocks, not having to worry about the pathing for anything else. So there's something nice and easy. Get ourselves a little stairway up to some elevator blocks up the top, because if I can get away, if I can use those blocks just to like nudge zombies off the side, if I can limit how far they drop, or if they even really register they've dropped at all, I can't get rid of the damage everything mode they go into when they take any sort of fall. That's just kind of hard coded into the game. But I can limit it, but more importantly, I can make an easy foolproof way to stop the zombies from getting to you, so you can have a loot base, a cheese base going without too much effort at all. Just a little something, nothing too crazy, just like one of the paws off the Sphinx base that I built for Fish Totally 2. All I really do, if you're unaware why I build up into the sky like this, elevating the zombie pathing is just the easiest way to remove all the variables. If you build a base on ground level, they can come at you from 360, which means any sort of like crack in your walls or anything like that, because the zombies are super duper smart with their structural engineering degrees, they will find that crack and push themselves through it like a pissed off octopus. So if I go up like this, the only way they can get to me is by following up the stairs. So it just kind of guarantees that I can rely on the zombies to always come from a certain way. But now that I have that, see, like this little hook thing, oh, that's the wrong button. This little hook piece actually isn't that wide at all. So I really need to find the perfect block to complement it. It needs to have that up the top to nudge the zombies, but the right pathing underneath so it's narrow enough that they get knocked off the side, but also thick enough that they still see it as a viable path. So if I chuck in, we've got like 2 of you for the moment. It's not going to be like proper cube blocks all the way along, but we'll see if that's going to work for us now, just to give us an idea of what we're dealing with so I can try and figure this out. My first thought is a 3/4 block. I don't think that's going to be narrow enough. I feel like there's definitely enough room there for the zombies to traipse along. I'm going to quickly chuck in another pile on this side for me to stand on, use myself like an exceptionally disappointing piece of bait. Barely even juicy. The hyenas in the Lion King wouldn't even go for me. So if I stand there, I think that's too thick. I think that's too thick. The only thing in this world that is too thick is that little pylon. We'll give it a go with a couple of zombies anyway. Let's just get the old tried and true. Arlene, how are you, love? Get up here and see what you think about me new little hook. The hook's a bit to the left, but you should be used to that. Come on, up you get. Bonk, 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 and no falls. Okay. Still too thick, that's fine. Sorry, Arlene, gonna have to ruin your playtime and find a different option. If the 3/4 one was too thick to let the zombies fall, then the normal thing, the sensible thing, is to try it with the half a blocks instead. Which looks a lot better. So it's only about 1/3 of a block wide. We can keep narrowing this down until we find the right one, but maybe the half was what I'm after. Get a couple of R's out here. Nope, press one button. There you go. Come up here, please. I'm going to give you the red carpet treatment, or in this case, the grey carpet treatment. Almost. Almost. You kept your little pinky toe just on the edge here. We can try again, but we're getting narrower. We're getting closer and closer all the time. I wonder, actually, this might be one of those occasions. Remember, like, way back when the killing corridor was at its height and those wedge tip blocks were the peak of all things construction until, unfortunately, they got nerfed. But they got nerfed in a way that is actually very exploitable. What the fun people have done, they've gone, right, if the zombies can't walk over this and they slide off the side, there's not enough friction for them, we'll just add their ability to walk on it. But they didn't go through and, like, dictate in what orientation. So chucking wedge tips upside down is really bloody good for getting zombies to slide off the side, because they see that as something they can walk on regardless of if there's something over the top that's blocking the actual pathway like this. However, no, maybe not. No, because it's only a half block wide. Okay, in that case, I'm going to chuck you the other way around, the old school way. They'll still path across that, I know that, but maybe there's less of it for them to hang on to. Let's give it a go. Arlene, please make your way up here for me. Up you come. I don't have faith in this, but, well, that's even worse. That's even worse. All I've done is give him a route underneath. All right, never mind. That was a complete bust. I don't know if the much narrower version of the wedge tips, what are you actually called? Your narrow tip. All right, that makes kind of sense then. Don't know if the narrow tip will give me the same results, but it's worth a go. Come on, Arls, up you come. It's much thinner than it was before. Nah, and see, there's the next problem. Now it's so thin, the zombies no longer see it as a pathing opportunity. They're trying, but they just see it as a jump. A jump, which annoyingly, they can actually make. Catch you later. Nah, doesn't work at all. Doesn't work at all. Okay, so I need something in between the half block and the quarter block. Something that the zombies can see, but this is gonna block. There's gotta be something. It's gonna be a very special block if I find it. There might only be one option. I really wonder. You haven't missed anything. I've just been sitting here going over and over all the different options throughout the entire catalog of shapes we can build. But just like what I was saying about with the wedge tips, how the can path, zombies can walk tag was just applied to that block, which means it can be exploited in ways that probably weren't foreseen. The closing of one door blows open a couple of windows. I'm thinking maybe we might have the same kind of luck with, where did it go? I was looking at it a second ago, now I've scrolled away because apparently I'm just a muppet like that. Okay, fine. Use the search bar. Arrow slots. Now the quarter arrow slot, the wedge, the half arrow slit, like the old school arrow slit, is how the original force field used to work. This one over here, zombies used to not be able to see this as a viable path. So to fix that, now the zombies can walk over arrow slots. So hopefully the same thing has been applied to this. We'll try just with regular ones to start with, just across there. See if that gets the zombies enticed over. You, Arlene, please come over here, please. Yep, you're all moving and grooving. Or potentially. They're not particularly thrilled about it. I think they're actually all in destroy area. If I go and have a little squiz at what they're thinking right now. Yeah, destroy area. Second line from the bottom left-hand side. They're not actually attacking me. Okay, interesting. I'll try the quarter arrow slots in the correct orientation instead. Make a path out of them and see if that has more luck, but maybe. I don't know. Potential. So I want this to be in the same orientation as the old school zombie force field, just like that, but that should be... I mean, it's still a half a block though. It's still a half a block, which does not make me think it has much of a goer, but we'll give it a crack anyway. Finish off the experiment. Even a negative result is still information. Yeah, see, still half a block. They still think they can get around that, so that's not gonna work. Damn, I thought I was onto something there. I won't lie, things are looking a little bit dire. I've tried every block I can possibly find, and most of them just result in the zombies beating on things on the other side. They can't find a path across and just destroy things instead. Okay. So my problem isn't that I can't find a block where they're gonna fall off on. That is the easy part. The problem is trying to find a block that they'll walk on in the first place, because the super narrow stuff like this that is, well, hopefully gonna work for the second part, doesn't get them out there in the first place. Right. Okay, I wish it was more simple. Like, it used to be simple before they put in all of the extra parameters from the walking on. Basically, what they do, at least my understanding of how the zombies think about their pathing, is there's like, from a top-down view, it'll have like 4 points it measures, and if at least 2 of them are covered, the game goes, yep, nah, okay, that sounds mint, that is a viable path. But most of these things just aren't one. So I've got to find something that ticks all the boxes for the game, but ticks the boxes even, I'm not Smeagol, ticks the boxes for me too, which is a very narrow window, and so far, not working out especially well. Oh, or maybe. Oh, so close. You're so close. You're right on the edge. Just go a little further. Get a little bit more of a push, please. I'm going to give the absolute narrowest of things a go if I can. The sheet censored. It's paper thin and basically transparent if you stand at the right angle. But I think from memory the zombies do actually see this as an option. Let's go. You. Oh, they do too. They're coming up. G'day, Arlene. Oh. So even that, so it really has to be less than half a block, because even that is just like right smack dab in the middle of that 1 meter cube, and they don't fall off it. So even though we're getting that nudge, it's not quite forceful enough. It's just not getting the movement. I've gone through almost everything I can think of. It turns out I'm very, very good at finding blocks that the zombies can't path across. If I had to make a different kind of force field, I've got a plethora of options, but trying to find something that they can walk across, but is narrow enough to be nudged off the side, might just be a bridge too far. I've gone through all of these and anything looks like it has potential, just hasn't really worked out for me. I'm not really sure what's left to try. You're a little bit unique. You might give me a little bit of something. All right, we'll give you a whirl. You're definitely narrower than half, which is what I'm looking for, but if the zombies can walk on it, that's the main thing. Hold your horses. They did a U-banger and head back up the stairs. No, I think they're on destroy everything. You're on approach and attack. All right, fair enough. The ones behind you are definitely on destroy areas, though. Ooh, okay. This actually isn't completely busted, but... Ooh. Did you see that Arlene just then, who tried to take a jump and bonked her head like she was jumping around on her bed and immediately fell down the bottom? Maybe that's the go. Maybe I'm thinking about this wrong. Rather than a gentle nudge like the rudest of hip and shoulders in an AFL footy game, maybe instead of that, maybe I need... Ooh. Maybe them being there, the zombies can't see him, also includes when they try and jump. Very interesting. That gives me more ideas. So that might be the play then. If the zombies don't see those blocks at all, like they just do not factor into the zombies thinking whatsoever, maybe I can actually use it. Okay, hang on a second. So we know that they will path over a half a block, but it's too thick for them to get pushed off the side. But if I make a one like this, just go along like that, have you like that, so the zombies can path over there normally, that's all fine. But if I get a plate, even a half a plate will do me just fine, if you wouldn't mind. Plate half, just like you, and chuck you like that as a bit of a hurdle for the zombies. That should all be fine. And then I put one of these little slopey blocks up the very top. No. Oh, okay. Right. I thought maybe putting like a bit of an awning over the top of them, so they jump, they get bonked by the thing they didn't see and get pushed out that way when they have more momentum and won't get stopped by their feet. That might actually work for me, but no, it doesn't seem like it's going to. No, I have no rotation options. Clever, clever. They've seen me coming a mile away and I don't have all the options I normally have. Damn it. Maybe it's not a complete loss. Maybe it's going to be okay, because if they're going to jump that hurdle anyway and I have that little hook turn just there, they get to here, they're going to jump and try and move forward over the hurdle. And it's come straight up. They go forward as well. So I'm going to jump up, hit that and get pushed across. So I want it to be there or like there. No, I think the first one was the right one. You, please get out of the way. All right, fair enough. We'll see how that's going to go for us then. Couple of Arlenes. Come one, come all. Please come up the top of the stairs and hurdle over the little bars. Oh, I mean, 4... Hold all of your horses. Grab the reins and... see how they're going to go. So they're just kind of running straight off the side, which isn't exactly what I was hoping for. It is giving me the result, but it's not quite perfect. Those ones just destroy everything mode. Right. That's very interesting. Very bloody interesting. I might chuck in another couple just like along them, just to really hedge all of me little betties. Gonna go up. Oh, you didn't like that at all, did you? I've kind of blocked it off and now they're real mad at me. Are you guys gonna destroy everything? You are. For only a little while though, then they get back to normal and try and kill me and fall off the side. That is very interesting. So the destroy area mode happens when they fall off, that's fine. That was yet another thing that was brought in to try and combat the killing corridor, and I get that. I don't like that you can get on top of them, but okay. Okay, I like this a lot. I spawned in a whole bunch of fresh Arlenes. None of them are in destroy area mode. I want to see how many managed to make it across, which is none. None at all. They all try and run. They all fall off the side. That is very interesting. And like so far, other than a little bit of damage to the concrete block just there, like this is only what, 4 blocks wide with 2 hurdles in the way. There's really nothing happening here at all. What if I chuck in an extra one like that? Does that mess with your pathing at all? Let's quickly reset, get ourselves a whole bunch of fresh Arles out there. Let's get even more of them actually, make all my dreams coming true and double the amount of Arlenes. Come on, please. Straight off the sides. Oh, they're trying to get back up again, but no bueno. I do wonder though, is that a result of the road markings or is that just like the plates? I mean, the plates do a backup job already, but now look, without them, they just get over the tippy top and break everything. All right, I reckon that was actually an important part. Definitely got worse when I took him away. I reckon that was pretty bloody important. Let's chuck him back. It may be effective. It may be very, very good at what I want it to do, but it looks really out here going because there's not a lot of physics being obeyed here. A whole lot of hovering like it's Back to the Future too. So I'm going to try and just like add a little sheet wall onto the side of it, which will need some extra supports on there and probably up here as well. But it needs to actually be attached to something, just to itch that part of my brain that needs it to look like it actually exists. Because this is some Peter Pan nonsense. I've got my little concrete sheet wall. It was heckin' bloody heavy. I had to chuck in a whole bunch of extra supports, but now it looks like it actually exists. But before I get too carried away with this and just like, yeah, nah, it works and that's great, I want to quickly go and grab those plates again. You, please give me the platey boys. That's not how you spell that at all, Josh. Get the letters in the right way. It might help you. Where were you? The plate halves. So I've been going with that one, with the plate all the way on the left-hand side, so zombies are running into the block, then jumping out. What happens if I reverse that and have it on that side? Ooh, I don't like you, because then look, they're getting to here and they've already made it to the first little nudgy block. The other way around, they were getting to the plate before the nudgy block. With this one, they have to run past it already. So I'm going to give that a go and see if that has a slightly better result. Sometimes the orientational blocks actually matters and it does have a different result at the end of it. Like that. That's much better. They fell down so much quicker that time. Admittedly, none of them tried to jump, which is fine, but they didn't see that as a real option because the nudgy blocks are up on top. You're going to destroy everything for not too much longer. You're about to time out of that and go back to normal, please. They're all popping off the side. There's a little bit of damage happening here, but not an awful lot. If I can build like a catchment or something for them down below, which actually maybe there's something else I can test to go along with this. Speaking of the infection series, that'll be fine. If they come up, they go down. So if I can just stop them going on the repeat process, they're basically doing no damage at all. Ooh, that's wonderful. Look at them. That's so good. I definitely prefer the plates in this orientation than the last one, but just to make sure it's not a fluke and double check my findings, gonna chuck in, well, I'm going to get rid of the nudgy blocks and just put in plate halves all through them. Get the same amount of Arlenes. Please come this way. Now, do you work the same or are you going to be Nah, so look, now they're trying to jump again. They're getting through. They didn't even get close to it the first time around. So something about that nudgy block is stopping the Arlenes from deciding to go over the top of it. Even with a very tall pylon here that they definitely can't get through, they were making further progress this time than they were last time around. Then please go to destroy everything mode. Come this way. It's just not quite as efficient. I'll let it run for a little bit and just see how they go, but I definitely don't think they're falling down quite as readily as the first time around. Didn't go exactly how I thought it would, but it definitely had a different result. You look at that. That didn't happen at all last time through. So now that I've got my little like zombie nudger up here, I've got my my plate blocks painted red to match that so I can see that they're all there and all doing their job. I do think that certain orientation was the way to go, having it on the back side of the block, the zombie facing side of the block rather than the back of it. Hope that made sense, but I think that did actually make a difference. And having the nudgy blocks up the top is even better again. But now that I've got them getting pushed off the side very, very easily, that is like the new magic block up there, I want to try and test something I've been trying to build in the Infection series as well. Kind of a double dip WOODLE Park. I'm trying to build a zombie crucible. I've been trying to build it for a while. In Infection, I do have that spreadable fire mod, so I can set fire to wooden blocks in the world, and it will stay lit and stay on fire for a reasonably long period of time. And that will actually set fire to zombies as well. So if I build a catchment underneath this that I can drop the zombies into that has persistent fire in it, I could just completely AFK this, just like set the fire at the start and go and make myself a cup of tea, because all the zombies will come up, get pushed off the side, and get turned into lumps of carbon, just one after the other. Just use my block replacement tool to turn all of that into concrete. That was near enough and good enough to me. I'm gonna have like a little outer rim of concrete around the outside, because obviously concrete, I was gonna say won't, but shouldn't, fingers crossed, get set ablaze. That all looks good to me. Get rid of the extra bits on the top, and then just the ones in the middle. So like there. Oh, hang on, I've broken my little selection thing. Nah, it's just the top. Okay, I want to set like the core of this. I want all of the core of this like big concrete block to be all wooden. So they go in, land on the wood that's on fire, and the outer ring of it will keep it nice and protected from all the zombie mishaps. Oh, hang on a second. I didn't do all of this yet. Damn it, hold on. Gotta replace the rest of it. Got it all highlighted up and ready to go, so please turn all of that into wood. Abracadabra. Bam, just like you. So I've got concrete on the outside and wood on the inside. Perfect. Ready to cook up some zombies like they're s'mores. I can have some more or something. I haven't had anything yet. That is a question for later. Nice, good. Okay, I've got it a little bit recessed as well, so like I've could have had it up and level with the ground, but then the zombies would land there and run away. Chucking them down into here means they can't escape, but the blocks will progressively burn away over time. So this will get deeper and deeper and deeper, which has the added effect that the zombies won't be able to target like the second row of concrete at the bottom and eventually break out. As the wood burns away, there'll be new fresh blocks that are now exposed to the zombies, which should hopefully mean that this can just last forever. And I know that's a bold claim, but I'm hoping it's going to be the case. Let's just make sure it all actually works. I don't think I want to set fire to you just yet. I might wait for that for when there's a horde coming. Let's just make sure it's going to work the way I want it to. Couple of Arlenes. G'day everyone, how you doing? Up you come and hopefully down you go. First time in a while I've hoped that Arlene would go down. And it's, ooh, they're all starting to jump though, so no, it definitely worked out better this time. It definitely worked out better than just the plates did the first time around. So they've gone down there. They would now be on fire. I'm happy with that. I reckon it's time to light a match, get it all ablaze, and see how it copes with the horde. I was just building myself a cheeky little bunker for me to stand in when the horde shows up, purely just to stop any coppers having a goz at me or anything. They can keep their kebabs well down inside them and not smeared across my face. But now that I've got this going, it occurred to me that I haven't tested this against dogs or anything yet. Spiders are fine because spiders walk the same way as everything else does. They're gonna do that jump attack thing to land directly next to you. So if I'm in there, they won't even try and do the jumps. That'll be fine. If I go here and I go dog, bunch of zombie doggos, because they're lower than what the nudgy blocks are. Come on, up you come. Nudgy me budgie. Nah, you're fine. You're fine. Down you go. It's not quite as smooth as the regular zombies are, which is fine. That's all good. Get rid of you guys. That's okay. That's okay. There's something about this combination that works especially well, and I'm loving it. Before I give it a proper whirl with a proper horde, I've just chucked in the rest of the nudgy blocks up the top, so that whole panel is done. Purely because those last couple of Arlenes did try to get the hop on a little bit earlier than I thought, but if I have these here where the zombies do start to jump, that might push them off a little bit earlier. They may not land in the bucket of doom, but you know what, I'm willing to take that chance. Just added some more at the end over here purely because I could get that symmetricality going. You, Arlene, a bunch of you please. So if a couple of you could do the little hopperoo, that would be wonderful just to see how it goes. They just decided to nah. They just decided to nah. Which means actually I think the better route is to get rid of you and get rid of, in fact, I didn't get rid of that first one, did I? Get rid of that one and that one. So if they do fall off the side, they go straight into the bucket. That's all good. We'll give it one more go. Just the last little fine tune before I throw everything at it. Couple of Arlenes, please come this way if I'm gonna need a whole bunch more. There you go, 15 Arlenes, up you come. You now get further along, which is good. I want one of you to jump. Anyone gonna try and jump? You try to jump, you got absolutely nowhere with it. And all but one have fallen into the bucket, but you'll fall in now. Easy. Bloody easy. When you find something you can use it really well. That's very bloody satisfying. I've got it all set up. I've got some spotlights out here to show me what happens to all the zombies while I cower in relative fear inside my little bunker over here. 10 more minutes to go. Oh, g'day, champion. You're a little early. You've shown up to the party before I was actually ready, not even lit the stove. That's just heckin' bloody rude. I don't know why you're trying to get up there when clearly the proper route is over that side. Oh, you're fine? Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. You just went the long way around. You can be the first one of the bucket then. Let's light the barbecue. Down you go. Set fire to all of that, old mate. Down you go. You're the first. Uh-oh. You're the first kebab on the shop. How did I fall? How did I fall into my own bloody zombie trap? And I go, yep, like that. With my sweet parkour abilities, all the lag is kicking in with all the zombies. That's fine. Take some shelter and see how it goes. I don't know why the rat was targeting the sheets, but he was the odd one out. Everyone else has fallen down nicely. This is what I want to watch though. Old mate's already dead. That's fine. They're all falling in. Nice and lovely like. Down you go, and down you go, and down you go. Okay, but do you get... Oh, you do get set on fire too. So you're just going to sit down there and cook forever? I don't have to lift a bloody finger. I can sit right here and watch them all go down and turn into steaks. That's so good. It's max level zombies as well. It's like Insane Nightmare. No, it's not Insane Nightmare, but like max level zombies. And they're all falling down, getting sizzled. It's like the truest AFK base I've ever bloody built. It's fine. I don't have to bloody worry about the zombies being here in the morning. They're insta-death, insta-dropping, completely hands-off. That's perfect. The main thing that I want to see, I've just sped up time a little bit so I can have a bit of a squiz what happens in the future. I want to see how long it takes. Oh, one got out. They're all piling up like World War Z to get out of the bucket of death. Can't really blame them, I suppose. But I want to see how long it takes for the wooden blocks to decay and then like fall them down a little bit further, because I think the fire spreads more than, oh my goodness, yeah, the fire spreads more than just the top layer, so it'll be like the first couple of blocks that'll break, not just the top layer, so it'll actually fall down a little bit like it's a brand new game of Tetris. Those concrete blocks have seen some better days, but so far I'm alright then, getting a little bit upsetting spaghetti down there. That's one way to break all the wooden blocks. I suppose the inferno rages on, but no one has even got it close to getting across the bridge. They'll get pushed off nice and easily like that. The only thing that's happened is a couple of them climbed their friends and got out of the bucket, but now the blocks are lower. They can't get to the same concrete blocks anymore, and they're still getting set on fire. That's so good. I feel like an evil genius just luring zombies to their death. Well, I do absolutely nothing. It's the lazy man's horde base. So other than the first very silly sausage who came up here and beat on the sheets over there, which actually in fairness does absolutely nothing. The sheets are just there for aesthetic reasons. They don't actually affect like the horde base at all, nor the pathing, nor anything. Well, they're having a bit of a tickle on you, but there's not even cracks in. Oh, there's a little crack in you, but you're okay. Even if they get through that one, there's still a couple more. You can expand this out as long as you wanted to. Look at them go. Look how far down they are already. They fall into the cauldron, into the zombie crucible, and just cinder away down there. Other than that first little hiccup, it's all been absolutely smooth sailing. This is fantastic. I keep waiting for something to go wrong, but so far, absolutely nothing has. The occasional zombie escaping is not a big deal. There goes another copper down there. So the fire doesn't kill the coppers fast enough to stop them from popping. All right, fair enough then. There's a spider. Up you come and down you go. Catch you later, Tom Holland, and all the clones with ya. There is something so immensely satisfying about them thinking they've got me made, and there's whoop, off the edge, down into the oven, like I'm the evil witch in bloody Hansel and Gretel. Is this entirely cheap and cheesy? Absolutely. This is cheesier than a well-cooked pizza, and I love it. Sometimes you just want to, you know, take advantage of the fact that your brain is still, still relatively intact. Clearly the old mate Zombarinis are having a bit more strife with it. I now have a pet, apparently. Alright, catch you later. Oh, unlucky. Unbloody lucky. But yeah, you know, sometimes just outsmarting the zombies is its own level of fun. Cheese in the zombie hordes? You know, it's a different way to play the game, but I am all for it. Demos, coppers, whatever. The oven's still burning, got plenty of fuel left in the fire as well. That'll just burn all night. That'll burn all night long, and then it's super easy to repair and replace because it's just wood. Cut down a couple of trees and you got an insta-death base all over again. Obviously, the nudgy blocks up the top here are dependent on the spreadable fire mod. That is a whole completely different thing, but I now have the evidence, the proof in the overcooked zombie pudding that dropping zombies onto burning blocks does actually set them on fire, as it should do. That's so good. That's so bloody good. But I'm gonna have to leave this episode here. I have no idea how long this is gonna be in an actual like edited form because it's taken me a long time to go through all those blocks and try and find the right combination. And turns out just thinking, as someone's head goes to space, just thinking slowly outside the blocks was definitely the way to go about it. Well, I'll have to come back and drop some more zombies into the fires of hell like it's a good old-fashioned Doom game in the next episode, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to the patrons of the Patreon who made this episode possible. If you liked, make sure you hit the like button down below, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter. If I don't talk to you there first, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.